The Sciforror Film Podcast. Hello and welcome to the Sciforror Film Podcast. I am Andy Walker and I'm joined, as always, by my good friend Badger. Hello Badger, how are you doing?
Hello, kind sir. I'm good, Andy. How are you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'm in a situation. It's like, I'm in the position. It's like, I always used to like Alex Harvey, great musician. He was always, apparently, whenever anybody asked him how he was feeling, he used to say, "I'm considering the situation," and that's kind of how I feel at the moment.
Yeah. I had a bit of a funny day today because I was at a loose end. So I thought, I'm going to set myself a challenge. And I went, I'm going to film and edit and post up a film within an hour. And I did. It took me 45 minutes for a 7-minute short. And I was quite happy with it, really. It was all right.
That's good.
So, so I did a film about a man whose house is haunted by a wrestling.
Okay.
But is
that up on your channel now?
Yes, yeah. Okay. So please feel free to go and check it, everyone. And Ballamoran 2 has a release date, which is lovely.
I saw that you have a trailer up for it now.
Yeah. The trailer is just as bad as the film's going to be.
The trailer was a little bit kind of like, I'm still not totally sure what the hell this is all about.
That's the idea.
You're not overhyping your film then?
No. Oh no, I'd never do that. If anything, I'm going to tell you it's absolutely trash. Come and watch it.
Hey, I mean, you got to look at the fact, like, Troma made an entire career out of making trashy films.
Well, this is it, yeah. And this is what I'm thinking. Obviously, the AI side of it aside, I actually really liked the new Ice Cream Man film because I love stuff like schlocky, gory, over-the-top horror. So if you're a fan of that, I recommend it. And everyone in the cinema, when we went to see it, there wasn't anyone that walked out. There was no one that moaned. People were laughing at the weird jokes. They were screaming at the gore, So I think there is an audience for it, as long as you put to the side his mistakes with the AI.
Yeah, difficult, but no, I get what you're saying. I don't know. I mean, it's just I really liked the one that was done in the was it 90s now? God, I can't remember what it was now.
Yeah,
it was early 90s, something like that. Which was a really good film. And it's just, I'm not a big fan of, I'm not a big fan of remakes and sequels and reboots and all that kind of thing. So I just think, find something original to do. Don't redo stuff that's already been done.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't aware that it was a remake until you just told me, So we'll see. I'll watch the OG and I'll let you know which one I prefer.
Yeah, well, maybe we'll have to put it on the show.
Maybe that's a good idea. Yeah, maybe that's a good idea. Indeed.
Anyway, thank you to everybody out there for joining us and for watching and everything like that. I hope that everybody caught the extra episode about the Employee of the Dead.
That's right. That's right.
Check out the website, their crowdfunding page, and you can get some really cool sort of We had a strange thing happen today with the Lumiere in Romford.
That's right.
It was at one point it was going to be shut down at 2:30, and it was never going to open its doors opened again. But
Mm.
it appears that it has now been saved thanks to money and help from other people. So
And some financial advice. And it's one of these things where, from what the gentleman was saying, I've never met him or anything, but he was saying that they've been overcharged. So I guess they're going to
yeah,
try and put in a claim to get some of that money back.
it does look like that they've been charged more than maybe they should have been for their power.
Mm.
But I mean, I don't understand. I don't know what the bills are or whatever.
No,
So
no, I don't.
hopefully,
I don't
hopefully,
understand, but I do empathise with them because when I was in my first flat, we ended up having this weird sort of like Scottish power company, and it wasn't like a recognisable brand or anything. And the first month we were there, we and a few months after, they tried to sting us for £1,000 a month, and I argued and I argued and I argued, and it turned out that the because the next door neighbour owned a barber shop. He's
ah,
got tellies on. He's got constant. So he literally was switching round the electricity. So he was paying for our cheap bill, and he was getting, we was
yeah.
getting a
But
grand a month
I mean,
electricity bill. But I managed to win it. I spent hours on the phone and I sorted it out. So I do empathise with them, how bad it can be.
and I will say that the company that they're dealing with, which is SSE, the estate that the community centre is on that I work in, the power there is done by SSE, and people are having trouble with them all the time.
Mm.
So it wouldn't surprise me if they've got things wrong.
Oh dear.
There
Right.
you go.
So there you go. But anyway, I'm glad Luminere's back. I'm
Yes.
still haven't had a chance to go there, so I don't want it to shut down before I even get a chance to go in it.
Yeah, we'll have to get you over and get into the Lumiere.
Definitely, definitely.
Okay.
Should we crack on?
So this week we have two short films and a feature film. We're doing horror.
Yes,
Uh, the yes, feature films are much more mainstream and up to date, which is
yes. Yes.
unusual for us. But there you
Mm.
go. But we'll start with the two short films. The first one is from 2022, and it's a film called Caregiver.
Mm.
Writer and director is Raphael de Leon Jr. The cast is Bryce Craver, Leo DeFriend, Tara Rose Schreiber. And the synopsis for it says a graduate student interviews a caregiver for his class project, but something isn't quite right. Yeah, I really like this film actually.
Me too, me too. It
Um,
was short but sweet, and it did make me jump the first time. I watched it a couple of times so I could give a good response, but the first time I didn't expect the twist at all, and the banging and everything did make me jump. So I
yeah,
quite enjoyed it.
I mean, what I liked about it is quite a short film, but it's just about the right length. It doesn't really
Mm,
need any more to it.
no,
It's really, and the makeup and the effects are really good. I was
yes,
really
oh
impressed
yeah,
with
the
those.
makeup was really, and the monster. The effects were brilliant on that. And sometimes people sort of really you've got like the Ring, the Grudge, and all that sort of thing. And the way that the people get the movements down, it was fantastic. I was thinking, oh yeah, it really is
Absolutely.
freaky.
Yeah.
Because I watched a found footage film earlier, and most of it was great. But near the end, there was some mummies in it, like zombies, and the people that played the zombies and the mummies and that. I'm thinking you've never watched a horror film in your life. So it was absolutely terrible. But the rest of the film was great. So I'm like, this is what it's all about. If you nail the ending, you nail the movements, it really makes the film.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, it's a great idea, and I like the build up towards the end was really well done. It was really good for a short film, for such a short film.
Yes, yeah. I mean, obviously, you could say, "Oh, yeah, we want to see more and stuff," but it was very interconnected. You know,
Yeah,
you didn't really need to see this time. You didn't need to see anything extra. I mean, it would have been great, but the way they went, "Oh, yeah, I met you. You know, saw your thing in the library. Thank you for coming."
yeah,
It's all very, you know, explained itself quite nicely while they were both there and all that. It was good. It
yeah,
was
yeah.
good.
I mean, once again, it could be part of a bigger film or story, I suppose, but it doesn't need to be because it works really well on its own.
Yeah, that was the good thing about this one, that it was like, oh, that was nice. I enjoyed that. You know,
Yeah,
it was good. I mean, some of the films we've seen, you want to see more, so the storyline makes sense more.
yeah,
But this was very nicely self-contained.
absolutely. I really enjoyed it.
Mm.
Okay, something a bit different. Next film we watched. Oh, I'm talking about today. My mouth's not working.
You got
It's from 2023 and it is called Mira,
yes.
stop motion animation, written and directed by Eva Louise Hall. The cast is Vanessa Severo, Jessica Page, and Ava Armstrong. The synopsis says a young, talented accordionist caters to a charismatic water demon whose interests lie in harming and manipulating others for her own success and personal gain.
Mm. See,
The
I,
animation on this is brilliant.
oh yeah, but just talking about the description, I'm like, you've just spoilt the.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I was,
why did they spoil the twist? Because that actually doesn't come in till quite later, you know.
yeah,
So if
yeah,
you're
yeah.
watching, please tweak the description a bit because
It happens
it
so
was good.
often. I think
Uh,
they put people either put too much into the description so
yeah,
that you know too much about what's going to happen in the film,
yeah,
or they put it in such a way that you kind of like you think, well, I don't know if I want to watch that now,
that's it. But I'm glad I didn't read the description now then because that would have spoilt the twist.
Yeah.
Mm.
I mean, it's quite a dark story right from the start.
Yes, definitely. Yeah.
But it gets darker and weirder as it goes on.
Yeah, you do definitely empathise with the character. You think, oh, you poor soul, you know, you've not had much luck.
Yeah,
And it's one of these things where it's like her talent goes unnoticed, and then the one person that does notice it is someone that you know is going to take advantage and sort of you know twist it to her own advantage, and you know that is quite an upsetting tale, you know.
yeah,
But the best horror tales, the best horror films are the ones with the messages. And that's why horror was invented to give you these weird sort of tales of caution, you know.
yeah, yeah.
So,
I
and
mean,
that one definitely has some big messages of like, look after yourself, don't talk to strangers, you know, and all this sorts of. There's
yeah,
loads of sort of messages in there that you could unpick. Whether or not that was their intention or not, it has a lot of sort of messages in there that are interesting that you can take and sort of on board and stuff.
yeah. No, I agree. I mean, I've got a thing about stop frame animation. Just stop motion animation to me is just excellent.
Oh yeah.
It's really good, and this is really, I think, it's excellent. The story's great.
Mm.
It is more than a bit bizarre,
Yes.
but I
Yeah.
really enjoyed it. I really liked it.
Me too. Me too. And it felt like you were watching something really quite gory. You know, it's like one of these things where,
Yeah,
you know,
it
like
kind of had that kind of roughness to it that
that's right.
you just kind of everything looked a bit kind of grubby and a bit kind of dirty, and it
Uh,
works really well.
yeah. It's like a 70s horror film. It really reminds you know, where it's
Yeah,
all grainy and horrible and you feel unsafe just watching it. That was how I felt. And it was like,
absolutely.
oh, I don't like this, you know.
Yeah, I agree. It's incredibly well done.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen documentaries on stop motion, on Coraline, and all this sort of stuff, and it amazes me the patience they must have
Oh, God, yeah.
The patience involved to actually film it, change a little bit of something, change another little bit of something, film it. It just, it befuddles me, the patience those people must have.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I kind of, I think for me, I kind of grew up with all of the things like like the Seventh Voyage of Sinbad and the Golden Voyage of
Yeah,
Sinbad, and Jason the Argonauts and all that kind of thing with the stop frame animation in that by Ray Harryhausen.
that's
And I
it.
just kind of grew up with that sort of stuff, and I loved it, absolutely
Yeah.
loved it.
I went to his museum actually as a slight segue, and it was brilliant. Yeah, there was an exhibition on, and I went to see all the models. It was fantastic. So yeah,
Uh, we
yeah.
used to we used to do a film thing in a club in a place in London, and they had one of the I think it was one of five statues of the in Jason the Argonauts,
Mm,
the big um, warrior that
yeah,
one do the thing on the back of his ankle to let the sand out.
I think so. Yeah.
They had one of seven, one of five or seven uh, bronze models of it that they got from the Harryhausen estate.
Wow. Yeah.
So it was fantastic. I love that sort of thing.
Yeah, I do hope they preserve the models and that because you
Yeah,
never know. I mean, this was a great film. Yeah, it definitely got like Coraline vibes. I don't know if you've ever
yeah,
seen that.
yeah. I know exactly what you mean. It's that had that kind of thing to it. I mean, Coraline was a bit more polished, but yeah, I know
Yes,
the sort of thing you mean.
yeah, and they had a nicer ending, of course. Yeah, yeah.
There you go.
But that
Oh,
that was another thing that I was like, wow, they've really gone for it. And I think sometimes when you do animation and stop motion, you can do more. I mean, if you think, can you imagine seeing that in with CGI or practical effects? How gross that would have looked,
yeah.
and that would have definitely been an 18.
Oh God, yeah,
I
yeah,
mean, and the guy who was doing the harp, and he had his like veins in his entrails as the harp string. I mean, wow.
yeah.
Yeah,
I know. It was the whole thing was just kind of like. I mean, I thought it was bizarre. Then it got more bizarre, and then it got
yeah,
sort of like right at the end. It was like, what the hell?
yeah. It did get rather weird, didn't it? But this is the YouTube and stuff like that is the platform for creativity. I know people moan about it a lot, but it still
Oh,
exists as a platform for people to be able to create and do whatever they want. And yeah, it was really good.
it was really good. I really enjoyed it.
Mm.
Okay, right. Our feature film. It's actually from last year. I thought it was this year, but I don't know.
It says
2020.
2026 on there, but I'm not too sure.
When you look it up online, it says it's 2025, and I'm not sure which of those
Yeah,
are quite correct.
I think
Anyway,
sometimes they do say new and they say 2026 and it's new to the platform. I don't know if this ever came out at cinema and stuff. I'm not sure.
I think it did, but I don't know. I thought it came out right at the beginning of this year, but maybe it came out at the end of last year.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Uh,
I mean, I've got my finger on the horror pulse pretty good, and I don't remember this one.
no, well, I remember hearing about it, but don't remember seeing it or going to it. Anyway, it's a film called Whistle.
Mm-hmm.
The writer is Owen Egerton. Director is Corin Hardy. The cast, we've got Daphne Keane, Sophie Nellis, Sky Yang, Jaleel Swarby, Ali Scoveby, Percy Hines White, and Nick Frost.
Mm,
There are other people. If you look on IMDb, you'll be able to see a full list of them.
yeah.
And the synopsis for this says a misfit group of unwitting high school students stumble upon a cursed object,
Dun dun dun.
an ancient Aztec death whistle. They discover that blowing the whistle and the terrifying sound it emits will summon their future deaths to hunt them down.
Ooh.
Again, I think that description was far too much
Yeah,
because you didn't find out that it actually did that until partway through the film.
yeah,
So there you go. I mean, it's just got all the elements of a run-of-the-mill sort of cursed object slasher style film. Group of stupid kids do something stupid with something that they've been told is cursed, and then they die. I mean, it's a fairly kind of run-of-the-mill average sort of thing, really.
yeah.
But
But I want to know. I'm like the '90s want their horror film back. And that's not really a moan because I'm like, if this was from the '90s, everyone would say it's a cult hit now, and oh, this is the best thing ever, and all this sort of stuff. And I think there's loads of like really good horror films from the '90s, like Long Time Dead, Blair Witch, all this sort of stuff, and that would have fitted in really nicely 20 odd years ago.
but
They're a bit late.
the
My feeling on this is, has it been sort of gestating as a project for ages,
I
and
don't
it's been
know.
sitting in a cupboard, and all of a sudden someone's just picked it up?
The thing for me that lifts this film above being just an ordinary run-of-the-mill cursed object slasher as the absolutely brilliant effects.
Yeah,
I
that was
I
the good
was
thing about it.
I was just blown away. And the thing that got me about it is the fact that I read a statement from Corin Hardy who said they didn't use AI because AI could not have produced the effects that they wanted to do. So they used practical effects and CGI.
Wow, that's really good. Yeah, I
So
mean, as you know, I love a good old practical effect, and the CGI was great. There was only one little bit near the end. I was like, oh, okay, that looked a bit wonky, where the character fell to the ground, and it sort of was like brushed over, and
yeah,
you didn't really. But that was the only bit I would say that I didn't really like. The rest of it was fantastic.
I mean
That bit when you see all the bones and that crack, oh, that was
the
grim.
one where he's kind of like he is in his bedroom and he's effectively goes through all of the things of a high speed car crash
I know, yeah.
while he's in that was incredible.
Mm. Yeah, I mean, how did they? I mean, that must have been a real sort of hard one to do. They must have looked up and had to look up like the effects of what would happen in a high speed car crash, and they sort of did it. But that really did nearly turn my stomach.
But I
And
I
and it
sorry,
was one of these bits where, like obviously the parents are outside. He's trying to stop them coming in. Could they have saved him? Could they not? We're not sure. But obviously, the punchline of the effects and the gore and the practical effects and the CGI, and then the parents coming in. So you're getting a 2-for-1 emotional, hit.
absolutely. I just really enjoyed the film. I just
Yeah,
as you say, I think I know what you mean. I kind of it would have fitted in really well. I think it would have fitted in well if you're watching things like The Ring and The Grudge and
yeah,
those kind of things like that. It would have fitted in really well with that because you've got that cursed object thing. I
yeah,
like those sort of things.
yeah.
But it was just even the bits where they weren't the effects and there weren't people dying were well done.
Yes, they really were. Like the bits in the at the carnival, that was really, and it sort of. I love a film where it sort of takes you away from what's going on, and you instantly forget you're in a horror film, and
Yeah,
then all of a sudden it drags you right back in. The bit in the maze was brilliant. I
absolutely.
really
Yeah.
loved that.
That was great, and it's like I like the bit when they go to see the woman in the house, and one of them sees themselves in the as the in the mirror
Yeah,
and gets kind of fixated on that, but the others don't even notice that they've become fixated on this mirror, and
yeah.
that
I
was
mean,
really good.
yeah, there was. I mean, it's one of these things where it's like near the end, I was a bit like, "Oh, come on." you know, it was like they let one of the characters die because they're like, no, we mustn't kill, no, we mustn't kill, and,
Yeah,
and then and then they had to end up doing it anyway. I was a bit like groan, but that was
yeah,
my only sort of moan about it was that they had to it's like they squeezed in another kill, which is great, but I'm thinking this could have ended 10 minutes ago, you know.
yeah. I know what you mean. But I really enjoyed the film. I watched it. My worry with it, to be honest, and I kind of hope in a way this hasn't been a very successful film because my worry is that they'll try and make a sequel and it won't be anywhere near as good.
Well, this is it. This is it. I mean, as you know, at the end they did allude to another one anyway.
Yeah, I mean it could be open to another film, but
Yeah. No, I really enjoyed it. Obviously, I did have a few criticisms. I do
yeah,
think it was from the wrong era, that's for sure. Um, but yeah, that's my only thing. I just think if it was filmed 20 years ago, it would have been a cult hit now.
yeah,
Whereas now, I think it's going to get lost in the shuffle. You know?
yeah. No, I do know what you mean. And I do think it kind of, I think it kind of came out at the wrong time, not just for it could have come out 20 years ago, but I think the problem with a lot of these films is the fact that there are a lot of films that came out at the beginning of this year that have kind of been overshadowed by things like Backrooms and Obsession and that kind of thing. So even really good films that even when they came out, the people going, "Oh, that was really good." I mean, you take things like Hokum.
Yeah.
Nobody's talking about that anymore.
I know, and it's a real shame because I actually, yes, I enjoyed Backrooms and Obsession, but I really enjoyed Hokum as well. And I
Yeah,
think it's a real shame if that gets lost in the shuffle
but that's
because it was I really like the actors in it, and I really like the twists and the sort of lore that they brought in, and yeah, so I am hoping it gets a resurgence,
But I
because
think that I think
yeah,
that, yeah, the kind of the furore and this kind of stuff that was brought out by Backrooms and Obsession, and the arguments people were having about it and all about them and all this kind of thing, has kind of overshadowed everything that's come out
mm,
for the first half of this year.
yeah,
And I think it's a pity. It's really there's some really good films that have kind of been lost
mm.
and maybe they'll be rediscovered in a year or two's time. People will go, "Oh, I don't remember seeing that."
Yeah, that's very true. I mean, and even films like that are nothing like horror films. There was a film I watched, and I think it was the same day as Obsession, and it's called Normal, and it's a bit Twin Peaksy, bit X-Filesy, a
Yeah,
bit sort of like small town mystery, and it's all about like an American sheriff who gets brought in because the previous one dies or whatever, and he has to clear up all the mess in the town, and then all of a sudden he unlocks this massive conspiracy. No one's talking about that at all. I'm
no,
the only, am I the only person that's seen this film? Was it a
yeah.
Mandela effect? But yeah, honestly, if you haven't seen Normal, check it out. It's a really good sort of weird
I mean,
action dark comedy.
yeah, and I mean, if you, yeah, I mean, I watched a film the other day, which again was only came out at the beginning of this year, which I thought was excellent. It's called The Bluff, which is a kind of dark action thing about pirates.
Oh, okay.
But that I don't remember I don't remember seeing anything about that anywhere.
Yeah, I've never heard of that one.
But that was really good. I really enjoyed that.
Mm.
Um, but yeah, I mean, it's. I mean, I thought this film was really good. I really enjoyed the film. I thought it kind of. I liked it because it did remind me of a lot of the films that I saw in the late 80s, early 90s
Yeah,
kind of things. And I like that because I like that sort of film. That's
yeah. It
so
was, it was very much a sort of a film, like you say, you could have your mates round, have some popcorn, very much a sort of a popcorn film, quite easy to watch. You know.
yeah, definitely.
Mm.
With absolutely brilliant effects and some, good stuff. Nick Frost seemed a bit out of place in it, to be honest. But
It does, doesn't he? And
but
there's some weird sort of other ones where, you think, oh, okay, is was he just a bit skint and he fancied doing it?
yeah,
It's like the bloke who plays Howard from Big Bang Theory.
Yeah.
He was a weird teacher in The Ring 3, the American ones.
Okay.
And I'm like, that was, or was it The Ring 4? Either way, he was in one of the Ring films, and he was like so weird because like I'm used to you being a comedy actor, and
Yeah.
you're slap banging a horror film about a cursed video, and you're playing some sort of weird teacher.
Yeah.
You know, like the choices are a bit bizarre. You know,
Yeah.
every now and again, they pick projects, and you're like,
I do. I do sometimes think it's like sort of, can we get somebody in this who's got a name?
yeah,
Then we can sell it a bit more because it's got this person in it who's got a name. You know, he's been in lots of
yeah,
other famous films, so he's been in our film, and we can sell it better.
that's it.
But
Yeah, starring Nick Frost for
yeah,
20 minutes.
you know,
Yeah,
I mean, they don't make a big deal out of the fact that he's in it, but yeah, I mean, to be honest, it could have been anybody playing that part, and it wouldn't have made a lot of difference. But you know, it was just a bit odd seeing him in it. That was all.
yeah. But yeah, everyone else was well casted, and I enjoyed it. Yeah. Um,
Absolutely.
Obviously, it's a shame they couldn't get the license to the Crow or anything like that. They made up their own sort of superhero villain, didn't they?
Yeah,
The Revenger.
yeah,
You know, you could tell it was meant to be either the Crow or Lobo, and I'm like, it's a shame they wouldn't get the license, you know,
yeah.
because
But I
that
mean,
sort of
to an
thing
ex-
would have. That's another thing that would have like pushed the film, you know, if
but,
they'd have featured a Crow comic book and stuff.
but to an extent, I actually quite prefer the fact that they had their own. It had its own kind of like it was in its own little world, if you like. It wasn't connected to anything, any other films or anything outside of itself.
Yeah, yeah.
So I
Sometimes
like
it's
that.
nice when they come up with their own world, like, and then you can sort of get more immersed in it.
Yeah,
Because sometimes, you know, you need something to be fictitious. When you get drawn back into the real world or something that's familiar, it breaks the illusion sometimes. So I do
yeah,
get what you mean.
yeah. Okay, there you go. So our two short films, Caregiver, which we both thought was really well done, and was a really good, nicely framed short film on its own, really
Mm,
good. Mira, which was a brilliant piece of stop motion animation with an amazing story, it's very bizarre but really good.
very bizarre.
And Whistle, which I thought was an excellent film. You know, yeah, maybe a bit out of place, but you know, time wise, but I thought it was excellent. And the effects, I think, are just absolutely brilliant. Uh,
Yeah.
so if you haven't seen it, it's definitely, I think it's definitely worth a
And
watch.
it's very unusual that you sort of like big up a sort of a blockbuster horror film, isn't it?
Yeah, I
Very
know.
unusual.
I'm not.
So
I'm not normally into the whole mainstream stuff that much.
no, yeah. So you know, with Andy's sort of like approval, it goes a big way. But yeah, honestly, please do check it out because if Andy likes it, you know you're onto a winner. But what I will say is, pretend it's based in the '90s, and
Yeah,
you're onto a winner. You know,
absolutely.
you know.
Okay, thank you, Badger, and everybody out there. Check out Badger's channel for to see his new short film and the trailer for Balamoron 2, which will be out when?
Yeah, the official release is the 4th of September,
The 4th
and
of
it will be
September.
premiering at 9 p.m.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okie dokie. Um, I have another extra an extra episode this week, this weekend, which is an interview with I've got it written down here and I can't find the bloody bit of paper. I will find it. I will find it. Uh, you all know what I'm doing. Oh, there we are. It's an interview with a guy called Gavin Rothery, who is a filmmaker, and he has also worked on a lot of computer games and things like that. And he was on the crew for Shaun of the Dead,
Oh,
and
nice.
ended up actually being a body double for um, what's his name?
Simon Pegg.
Simon Pegg. Yeah.
Ah, excellent.
So there you go.
Fun fact, just in case I don't get to tell you or I forget, I actually went to a special screening of Shaun of the Dead.
All right.
You know, and which was really cool. And we saw all the different props and stuff. And I went to another one where we went to, Hot Fuzz. And the goose.
Yeah.
Oh, the swan. Sorry, we saw the animatronic swan, and they showed us and they showed us like the little town and how they did all the weird effects and stuff. So yeah,
that was cool. Yeah,
it was cool.
Yeah. So as I say, Gazin Rothery was involved in that. He was on the crew, and then he was asked to sort of stand in as a body double for Simon Pegg in a couple of things. So there you go. He's a very interesting man. As I say, he's done a lot of stuff on computer games as well as on films and things. So it's quite an interesting sort of interview and discussion. That'll be on Sunday.
Look forward to watching that.
Next week we will be doing science fiction, and we have an independent film which we reviewed the short film of. I can't remember when that was, but it was a while ago now.
It was about 3 or 4 months ago, yeah.
Yeah, it's an independent film called Flicker. So, yes, look at that. Thank you, Badger. Thank you, everybody out there, for watching and listening. Please like and subscribe and tell everybody, including Aunt Mary, that we are here.
Indeed.
No idea who Aunt Mary is.
The cat's mum.
Tell her cat. Tell your aunt's cat, and maybe they'll go around and tell everybody else. Talking garbage again.
Right.
Anyway,
love it. Always a pleasure, sir.
Always a pleasure to have you here. Always a pleasure to be doing it. Yes, thank you very much, everybody, and we'll see you again soon.
Bye.
The Sciforror Film Podcast.